Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video and welcome back to my channel. So today I will be constructing a lace closure wig using hair from my collection, the Steelo hair collection. So we're using 3 bundles plus a matching closure from a new texture wet water wave. Now I'm showing you this hair, how it comes packaged, and once you take it off the pack, you're gonna actually have very beautiful hair. But you'll notice in my closure, my knots have not been lightened, they have not been bleached. Nothing has been done to this hair. So I'm actually going to transform this so that it is wearable for you. So you can go on your day-to-day looking real cute with your wig. This hair is super soft. It's curly, not too curly, but it's a nice curl, very bouncy, has a nice shine to it. And with the 3 bundles with the lace closure, I feel it's going to give a nice look. Because the hair is curly, you can add more bundles, but I'm just doing 3 for this unit because I want to see how it's going to look on my head. I'm actually not used to wearing curly hair, so I was really excited and nervous to do this video. But nonetheless, it came out beautifully, and if you guys are interested, just stay tuned to see what it looked like. So we're gonna need some lightener. I used V2 Wella, some 30 developer, and you wanna get a brush, a color brush, and a mixing bowl. Now you can use a cap of your choice. I like to use the mesh cap because it gets hot, and I don't wanna be too hot under the wig. So here I'm just measuring out my lightener into my coloring bowl. You want to start with small increments so that you can build up, because I don't like to waste product. So I try to eyeball to see how much I'm going to need. So you'll mix this in, and if you need to, just add some more. But you want to get a consistency of like thick icing. You don't want it to be runny because that will run through the lace and get on the hair, and it's basically going to ruin your closure or frontal, whichever you may be doing. But you want to make sure that this is a thick consistency. You can see I added in some more lightener. Didn't add in more developer because I wanted it to be thick and creamy. So I'm going to adjust the camera so you guys can see what I mean. You want it to be thick, like hold it onto the brush for dear life, okay? So here I'm just going to be like lightly pressing, not even pressing because you don't want that lightener to go through. I'm lightly putting this lightener on top of my closure. Like I'm using a very light hand, and you want to fill in as much gaps as you can on your closure. I like to make my part very deep, meaning I use the entire lace. And this is a 3x4 lace. I use the entire lace when it comes to my parting, so I actually lighten the entire thing. You don't have to do that. You can only, if you want, you can only lighten the part where you're going to actually do the part. But I like to switch it up and put parts in different places on my wig, just so that it's more versatile for me or my clients. So I'm going to check it to see if I have, all the spots covered with the lightener. And again, very light, soft motions. You do not want to pack that lightener through. So noticing that I had some spots missing, I just went back and I filled that in. And I want to let that sit until my knots basically disappear. So here I've rinsed the closure out, and you can see my knots have been lightened. It's very orange, if you will. So you want to make sure you go back to tone that. And you can use purple conditioner and shampoo. That's always a good thing. Or you can actually go get toner from the beauty supply store. It's up to you. So here I'm just putting the closure on. Now when you're putting down your closure, you want to sew underhand so that when you pull that thread through, it's pulling down on the closure, and so it lays super flat. Now when you place that closure or frontal, you want to make sure you're putting it at least 3 to 4 millimeters before the actual the cap, so that when you cut into your cap, you'll have a little bit more space, and it'll blend a lot more naturally. It just works better for me and the type of hairline that I have, and so mostly my clients. The way I do the wigs, I just make sure when I'm creating the units for them and myself, I just make sure that my closure or the frontal is placed about 3 to 4 millimeters above the actual cap, so you can have some spacing. So here I'm just, going through and sewing down the cap. Excuse me. Why do I keep saying cap? I'm sewing down the closure onto the wig so that it's flat. And again, you want to go underhanded and keep it underhanded. And I'm trying to make sure that I keep it in view for you guys so you can see. But you want to go through and I'm locking. Each time I go under, I lock my thread so that it's nice and sturdy. The actual, the closure. Make sure it's sturdy up there. I don't want nothing to be coming off or slipping off or any gaps like that. So again, you want to go underhanded to pull that lace down, and you want to make it flat as you can. So when I sew my tracks in, I go underhanded, same method that I took with my closure. And I want to make sure that I'm going under the track and locking it into place with my thread and my needle and my thread. So here, I know it's just a wig. You could probably cut your wefts, but I prefer not to cut them if I don't have to. Especially in the back, you don't really need to worry about bulkiness. So I just fold it over and I put my needle directly through the fold, the corner of that fold, and I pull it in tight so that it's nice and flat, and I continue to lay and sew my tracks down onto the unit. So I'm just working through making sure that I lay my tracks as close as possible because I do want to fit all 3 of the bundles into my unit. So when I'm laying the tracks, I make sure that I don't leave any gaps in between so that everything will fit. I just said that. Why did I repeat that? Y'all, doing voiceovers are super hard, but I'm gonna get it together. And so yeah, I'm just working my way up. When I get past the ear, that's when I stop folding my tracks over. I just start to cut the actual weft so that it stays nice and flat, and I want it to look good. When it comes to cutting my needle away from my thread, I try to use as much thread as possible before I actually cut it. And once I feel I have enough space to create some knots with the 2 pieces of thread, because I always double thread my needle. Once I feel like I have enough thread to get a couple of knots in there to make sure that track is secure, I'll go ahead and I'll cut off that needle. So I'm gonna split it in 2 and I'm gonna put about 3 to 4 knots in there. So that's 1 knot, pull it nice and tight. That's 2. That's 3 we about to do right here, and I think I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, so 4. I try to do 3 to 4 just so I know that track is not gonna slip, and I go ahead and cut it off. So I'm getting closer to the top, and I actually don't put my needle directly through the band. I slightly go on that top layer of my mesh net just so that I can keep that nice stretch and let the cap do its job. So this track here has been cut and it's not doubled, or I'm not actually folding it over because I'm getting closer to the top, and that's going to allow for a more neat, flat wig. Or when you actually wear the unit, it's not going to have any bumps in it. So when you want to run your hands down the side, it's just a nice, smooth, even flow. So I'm doing the exact same thing on this end. I have a single weft, and I'm actually going to put my needle through the weft, and I'm going to go over that first layer of the cap so that I do not disrupt the actual stretch on the elastic band. I just want to make sure that the wig is going to be able to do its job and be on the head comfortably and not just sitting up there. Because if you put that needle through the band, it's going to basically take away the function and the need of the band. So we're getting closer to the top here, and I'm just going to keep locking and threading my closure. Girl, that is not the closure. I'm going to keep locking and threading my wefts. I'm going to lock and thread my weft. So the unit is complete. Thank you, Jesus. It took me 2 days to do this. School has been crazy, and I just wanted to, let you guys know I will be uploading a lot more. Things have just been a lot, hectic out here. I'm planning to move soon. I've been trying to, keep my grades up and focus on school. Having a lot of different things in different baskets. You have to tend to each of them, and I have dropped the ball when it comes to uploading. So I apologize for that, you guys. I'm going to do better in the future. But thank you so much for supporting me and sticking with me. This is a washed and freshly, conditioned unit. Those curls are popping. They're so cute. And then in this clip, I'm just showing you guys how the actual closure looks after the knots have been bleached. And I did some slight plucking at the hairline just so it looks a lot more natural once it's applied. You don't want your wig to look like a wig. Wigs have made a comeback, but the more natural looking wigs are the ones that look the best, in my opinion. I mean, who wants a wiggy looking wig that's just not cute? So yeah, that's the hair starting to dry up, and that wave coming in. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to see how it actually looks on. And if you are interested in to know how I applied this unit, just click on the link below. I have tagged it, and I've uploaded that video for you guys. And that's the final look. So if you like what you see, like, subscribe, and thumbs up.